morning. This picture reminds me of Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Can't get up. Come on now.
Well, I can't see the seagulls, though.
I know. My
There they
pinch
are.
zooming was messing up there. Here, this is what I wanted to do. Oh, we take flight. Oh.
Wow, the androids added music to their
Bad music.
music. Hey, use your ukulele next time.
Good idea.
Weakness and defensiveness. How does one overcome illusions? Surely not by force or anger, nor by opposing the illusion in any way. Merely by letting reason tell you that all illusions contradict reality. The illusions go against what must be true. The opposition comes from the illusions themselves and not reality. Scrolling, reality opposes nothing. What merely is reality needs no defense, and reality offers no defense. Only illusions need defenses because of illusions' weaknesses. They do it to themselves. And how can it be difficult to walk the way of truth when only the weakness of illusions interferes? Your higher self, your higher self, are the strong one in this seeming conflict between truth and illusions. And your higher self, needs no defense. Everything that needs defense is an illusion. You don't want, for anything that needs defense will weaken you. Wow, that sure simplifies life a lot.
Exactly. We're only strong when we're under the guidance of the thought system of the Holy Spirit. If we're in egoic thinking, we will associate ourselves with illusion of the small s, self, and therefore will believe that limitation is real. The insane do not know that they are insane, yet no matter how deep into the egoic victim consciousness we sink, we will always possess deep within us the decision-making ability to choose again. It's the decision maker that must decide which thought system the split mind would choose to follow. To believe in anything but the truth will strengthen our belief that we're limited ego bodies in competition with other ego bodies.
Consider what the ego wants defenses for. The ego always wants to justify what goes against the truth, flies in the face of reason, and makes no sense. Can this egoic denial of the truth be justified? What can this egoic denial of the truth be except an invitation to insanity to save you from the truth? And what would you be saved from? But what you fear, which is the truth. It's so logical when he puts this together. Belief in sin needs great defense, and belief in sin comes at enormous cost. Both truth and happiness are sacrificed for our belief in sin. All that the Holy Spirit offers must be defended against and sacrificed due to your belief in sin. For sin is carved into a block out of your peace and laid between you and your return to peace. It's quite a statement.
We sacrifice our divine birthright's happiness for the egoic desire to be right. What's tragic is that what we are fighting for isn't the truth, but rather our right to claim that the false is the truth. That's, to me, one of the biggest sentences of the whole book. It really is. It's tragic. We just want to fight for the right to say something, whether it's true or not true. If we reject the ego's thought system, we can accept only the truth. By accepting the truth, we get to be both happy and right. Truth just is, and God's will is that we be happy. No illusion can change truth or God's will.
Happy and right. For years, Lee and I have discussed this, the idea of happy and right. And in society today, and in many groups, they talk about, well, would you rather be happy or right? And if we have to make a decision, I'd rather be happy. However, what this is telling us brilliantly is we can have both. We can be right and happy. That's incredible for us. Yet, how can peace be so fragmented? Peace is still whole, and nothing has been taken from peace. See how the means and the material of evil dreams are nothing. In truth, you and your brothers stand together with nothing in between. God holds your hands together, and what can separate whom God has joined as one with God Himself? I'm sorry I stumbled through that one. God holds your hands, and what can separate whom God has joined as one with God Himself? It is your Father whom you would defend against, yet it remains impossible to keep love out. God rests with you in quiet, undefended, and wholly undefending, for in this quiet state alone is strength and power. Here in the quiet state of truth can no weakness enter, for here in the quiet state of truth is no attack and therefore no illusions. Love rests in certainty. Only uncertainty can be defensive or need defense. And all uncertainty is doubt about yourself.
God's home is in the Christ. God is truth, and truth is certain. Due to our belief in separation, our egoic little s self doubted that we were an extension of the Creator, and thus not a part of the oneness in the mind of God. Our Christ consciousness still rests in the knowledge and knows the truth. It's only our egoic consciousness that wants illusion to replace the reality of truth. Oh, that little sneaky ego. Truth needs not attack illusions, because to do so would be making the illusions appear real. What's Jesus fighting with? How could you attack nothingness? He's fighting with nothingness. He doesn't bother fighting at all, because truth needs not attack illusions, because to do so would be making those windmills appear to be dragons to Don Quixote. How could you attack nothingness? Instead, we must bring illusion into the light of truth. When it happens, the illusion disappears. The entire egoic thought system is designed to prevent illusions from ever being examined under the light of truth. This is why ACIM does not attempt to teach love, but rather to remove all the obstacles we've placed to block one's love's presence. Remove the belief that we are a body and the truth reappears. The truth was never missing. We were just unable to see past the shadow of illusion. The sun always shines, even when it appears to be covered with clouds. The truth is the sun. The clouds, only illusions that get in the way of our little tiny eyeballs.
How weak is little fear? How little and how meaningless? How insignificant is fear before the quiet strength of those whom love has joined? Fear is your enemy, a frightened little mouse would attack the universe. How likely is it that the frightened little mouse of fear will succeed in its attack of heaven's truth? Can it be difficult to disregard fear's feeble squeaks? It just might be difficult to say. And it be difficult to disregard fear's feeble squeaks that tell of truth's omnipotence and would drown out the hymn of praise to truth's creator, that every heart throughout the universe forever sings as one. Which is the stronger, an illusion of fear or truth? Is it this tiny mouse of fear or everything that God created? You and your brother are not joined together by this mouse of fear, but by the will of God. And can a mouse betray whom God has joined? Squeak, squeak.
ACAM points out that the illusions that arise from our fears are powerless against the truth of God. Nothing can impact the eternal truth or change God's will.
If you but recognized how little stands between you and your awareness of your union with your brother, be not deceived by the illusions that fear presents of size and thickness, weight and solidity, and firmness of foundation. Yet to the body's eyes, the illusion looks like an enormous solid body, immovable as is a mountain. Yet within you is a force for truth, which is the will of God, that resides in your Christ consciousness, that no illusions can resist. And may the force be with you. This body only seems to be immovable. This body only seems to be immovable. This force of the power of God is irresistible in truth. What then must happen when the illusions of fear and the power of truth come together? Can the illusion of immovability be long defended from what is quietly passed through and gone beyond the illusion, which is the Christ vision of truth? Amen.
The illusion of form is powerless against the ability of Christ's vision to see only what supports the truth. In the world of perception, the illusions of fear rose from our belief that we are the body and that the mind is the brain. We believe that the body is full of sin, guilt, and fear. It's the body's lot in life to suffer pain and ultimately die. If the egoic body has a soul, it must burn in hell. Is it any wonder that since we believe the egoic version of the truth that claims that we are a sinner, that we fear God? To the ego, its egoic God must certainly condemn sinners to eternal damnation. Christ's vision looks past the nothingness of the illusionary body to the reality that is unlimited spirit. When we see both our brothers and ourselves as the unlimited spirit of oneness of everything, what is there to fear?
Forget not when you feel the need arise to be defensive about anything. You have identified yourself with an illusion, and therefore, because you have identified yourselves with an illusion, you feel that you are weak because you are alone. This belief that you are separate is the cost of all illusions. Hi, Dean. Oh, can't see Dean. Let's see Dean. There he is.
We're all here. It's
Hey,
great.
Dean, you're broadcasting now. Live. You made it to the big top.
He seems so interested.
Not one,
Oh my gosh.
not one illusion, but rests on the belief that you are separate. Not one illusion does not seem to stand heavy and solid and immovable between you and your brother. And there is no illusion that truth cannot pass over lightly and so easily that you must be convinced, in spite of what you thought the illusion was, that the illusion is nothing. If you forgive your brother, this replacement of illusion with truth must happen. For it is your unwillingness to overlook what seems to stand between you and your brother, your belief that you are the body that makes the illusion of the body look impenetrable and defends the ego's fearful illusion of the body's immovability.
The body is the ego's symbol for sin and limitation. All of our fears are associated with our identification of what we are, of our identification that we are the body and nothing more. If we saw ourselves as unlimited spirit, then what would we fear? What can be outside of a oneness of everything that we could possibly fear? It's everything. We're everything. There's zero outside. It's our belief that there is something else other than our own oneness that generates fear. The body is the ego's proof that the separation is real.
Hmm.
The body demonstrates that we are not one with our brother. While on earth, the Holy Spirit utilizes the egoic body as a neutral communication device to help us. Under the thought system of the Holy Spirit, thoughts are generated from the mind that directs the body to communicate love and teach love. The mind, not the body, is the source for communication. Body's merely the radio tower through which the signal is transmitted. We need to look past the radio tower form and focus on the contents of the message of the unity of the Christ consciousness that we are the one self.
Light of the holy relationship.
We will go into that tomorrow.
Okay. By the way, before we read a little while ago how the Holy Spirit helps us just fly over what we thought was impenetrable, meaning the brick wall that it was referring to, and the illusion of the brick wall. And it's funny because when we think of our body, we also think of our body only walking on the ground because of gravity and so on and so on. But the reality is that our mind can fly over the brick wall. That's how you get past it. It's not, it might be immovable, but we still can fly past it with our minds. We can fly past all illusions in that way. So I thought
that is a great way to end all the illusions. Fantastic.
Fly over it with our minds. That's where the answer is.
Hear, hear.
Bye, Lee and Dean.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bill.
Bye-bye.